Good afternoon, everybody. It's David Perlmutter from Quantum Listing, and welcome to today's webinar, the Quantum Listing Story. Thank you so much for spending part of your afternoon with us. So let's get going. So today's webinar came about because our customer success advocate, Julia, and I both read Amanda Bowen from Atypical's post about telling your brand's story. And both of us had a really positive reaction to it and thought it would be a great opportunity to have a look back at why and how quantum listing came into being, where quantum listing is today, and what's on the horizon. But before we get to the journey, I want to make sure that those watching the video replay get a good understanding of what quantum listing is today. Happily, almost everyone who clicks in to participate in our webinar stays with us all the way through, but when we recently did an analysis of the average viewing time of the replay of webinars, it's about 10 minutes before they move on. So for those of you watching this on the elliptical at the gym or listening on your commute to work, here are some bullet points that distill the essence of quantum listing. So, quantum listing is a nationwide crowdsourced, hold on, I just gotta switch my slide, crowdsourced real estate listing service. Crowdsourced, by the way, is code for us expecting you to add your listings. That's one of the ways that we keep our prices low. All our users' listings are searchable by anyone with an internet connection. There is no paywall or registration required to search. 3, all new members get a trial premium membership, after which annual membership is only $79.99 per year per agent. However, if you are not posting listings, you don't need to pay anything. But you should register anyway because it unlocks more of the features. All right. Number 4, brokers and owners can post an unlimited number of listings for that same annual price of $79.99 per agent. So that's quite a bargain compared to some of those other services out there. Members can use quantum listing to serve their listings to their website or blog at no additional cost. All registered members are given a network based on their geographic area, as well as a group to which they can post their commercial real estate wants. You can use, hold on a second. Sorry about that. Quantum Listing shares your listings to its social media. Oh, sorry about this. My son is calling from Iowa, and I have to put him on mute. All right, sorry about that. So you can use, Quantum Listing shares your listings to its social media feeds on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Premium members can access real-time analytics for listing views, profile views, listing shares, and more. You can use Quantum Listing to blast your listings to your proprietary distribution list by securely uploading an XLS file. And number 10 on our list is free mobile apps are available for iOS and Android, so you can take us with you wherever you go. But we also have a mobile responsive website if you prefer to use that to an app. And just as I have always felt that my commercial real estate brokerage business is a collegial one as much as a competitive one, I feel the same way about commercial real estate technology. One of the things that has helped us grow as quickly as we have is the wonderful partnerships with other CRE tech colleagues and companies. These include StackSource, which has an incredible online lending platform, accessible from all of our users for sale listings. Buildout and Sharp Launch, which allow their users to seamlessly syndicate their listings to Quantum Listing. Levitt Digital, which allows you to push your listings out to hundreds of online news sites. and CRE Collaborative, where you can share your listings, coordinate the different CRE tech in your stack, and enhance your CRE data. And we have a new lead capture service that you can subscribe to. We do not lock you into an annual contract that auto-renews if you forget to cancel it. We are also about to introduce a new suite of on-demand advertising features, which we feel is going to be a real game changer. But first, before we go on with the rest of our presentation, a little bit of history. Let's go back 57 years. I was born in Newark, New Jersey in 1962. I graduated from the Pingree School in 1980 and Brown University in 1984, where I concentrated in economics and comparative literature. My parents are Milton and Harriet Perlmutter. All my grandparents emigrated from Ukraine in the early 20th century, and if you've ever seen Fiddler on the Roof, that was more or less my grandparents' story. My father's parents were Zionists, and they first went to what was then Palestine before moving to Newark, New Jersey. If you have read any of Philip Roth's novels, then you know all about where my mom and dad grew up in Newark's Weequahic section. My mom's father had a butter and egg delivery business, her mom a children's clothing store, and my dad's father had a grocery store. My dad served in the Army as a military policeman during the occupation of Germany following World War II, and thanks to the GI Bill, he was able to attend the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School. After a brief stint working for Colgate-Palmolive with a sales route in upstate New York, he returned to Newark to help my grandfather in his store when he fell ill. And my father was very bright and ambitious and got my grandfather to agree to open a new store in partnership with a couple of other grocers. And it was bigger and better than anything that they could have done on their own. At that time, A&P was the only big supermarket chain, and they had buying power that could not be matched by smaller companies. So a bunch of grocers, including my dad and grandfather, ended up getting together and formed a co-op called Wakefern, which operated stores under the ShopRite banner. My father's Wharton education was not wasted, and his company leveraged the public debt markets and ultimately went public. The company was ultimately called Supermarkets General. Their company was growing rapidly, and they split off from Wakefern in 1968 and started operating as Pathmark. Ironically, A&P, which was who they originally banded together to compete against, had bought out Pathmark at the end, long after my father had passed away, and A&P's bankruptcy ultimately dragged Pathmark down with it. There were a lot of reasons why they split off from ShopRite, but the one that sticks in my mind is their desire to give their customers great value. As an example, in those days, you might be able to get 3 cans of tuna for 99 cents, but if you only wanted 1 can, you had to pay 40 cents. My dad wanted his customers to be able to buy 1 can for 33 cents. And that concept of value is deeply ingrained. It's part of my business DNA. Another important lesson I learned from my dad at an early age was that it was much more cost-effective to keep a customer than to try to get a new one. If a customer brought something back to the store, they'd give you a refund or a replacement, no questions asked. There were no online social networks in those days, but an unhappy customer is sure to tell their friends about a bad experience, as would a happy and satisfied customer about a good experience. And the reason I mention these things is that they were truly formative experiences for me and consciously and subconsciously inform my thought processes, decision making, and the respect that I have for our customers and visitors. So now let's fast forward to the summer of 2015. By the way, this is me wearing that tie and working the wheelbarrow, and my sister Janicia, all dressed up with no place to go. Fast forwarding to 2015, summer, actually about another week or so from now, was when we got this thing going. And we launched the Quantum Listing app. It was originally conceived as an iPhone app. And the following are excerpts from the press release we issued on the launching of Quantum Listing. White Plains, New York, August 5th, 2015. Geomark LLC announced the launch of Quantum Listing, its crowdsourced commercial real estate listing app for iOS. The app employs a freemium model, so downloading it is free, as is basic membership. Premium membership, available at low introductory rates, activates advanced features, and is available on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. With basic membership, users can browse and search listings and contact listing members via phone or email with a tap of a button. Premium members enjoy all the features of basic membership, plus they can post listings and share them via social media, such as LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, as well as email and text them. Geomark's principal, that's me, David Perlmutter, said of Quantum Listing's genesis, "This app resulted from a need I perceived in the real estate market. Access to listings when I'm out on the road, and sufficient technological evolution to satisfy that need in a cost-effective manner. When I started as a real estate salesperson in the mid-'80s, the fax machine was an expensive novelty, which then evolved into an inexpensive commodity. I was the first person at the place I worked to use a personal computer. I've run an independent real estate brokerage company since 1989, and I have always used new technologies to be competitive and offer services locally on a par with the large national companies. As a result of the consolidation in the real estate information sector, information service pricing is spiraling out of control. As a result of the high prices, those companies often seem more like acerbic partners than service providers. They are rich data sources, but too often most of that information is not required on a day-to-day basis. And to use their mobile solutions, users have to pay an even higher premium. Our goal is to provide the information people really need, where they need it, at an extremely cost-effective price. Today's smartphone and cloud technology gives agents and owners the perfect tools to accomplish this goal." So it's a lot of fun for me to look back at some of the other early blog posts. It brings back memories of the early struggles to get the software right and to get it in front of people, get them to use it, and give the feedback on how to make it better. One of the lessons I learned early on was captured in another blog post titled, "The second half of the battle will be much longer than the first." It starts out, coming up with the idea for a CRE app and executing it is only half the battle. Once your app is available, spreading the word and convincing people to adopt your app is a gargantuan task. It takes a combination of email, social media, word of mouth, real estate and tech conference attending, publicity, and print advertising to let people know your app exists and is worthwhile. You have to give yourself a couple of years to become an overnight success. I think I was being a little optimistic on the couple of years. We're 4 years into this now, but it's going great. So a few months into this journey, I published another blog post, 10 things I've learned And rereading it after almost 4 years, I have to say, I was a quick study. And most of the things are still pretty much true. I'm going to share it with you now with a few editorial comments. First, not everyone has an iPhone. There are a heck of a lot of people with Android phones and even some BlackBerry and Windows phone users. Remember BlackBerries and Windows phones? Okay, number two, people would rather spend money on new hardware than get new software for free. I would rather buy a Tesla than do a demo of Salesforce. Now, as an aside, I now drive a Chevrolet Bolt, which is an electric car, not a Tesla, and I use Salesforce every day. So, not sure exactly where that one came from, but don't want to mess with history. All right. Number three, nobody tries anything new on Friday. And I say to that, feel free to prove me wrong. Download Quantum Listing on Friday or sign up for it. Number four, inertia is as powerful a force in the real estate tech ecosystem as it is in the rest of the world. However, external forces can act on real estate tech inertia just as effectively as in the physical world. Number five, as much as real estate professionals complain about the information service market leader, it will take time and effort to convince them that they can be part of a new solution. That is still true. People in the real estate tech business treat each other more as colleagues than competitors, even if they're mining the same vein. This is a good thing. Number seven, media coverage of real estate tech coverage is either increasing or I'm just becoming more aware of it. I'm finding that the news funnel has become part of my daily routine. And it's still true. And as millennials move up the corporate ladder, they are becoming more influential in the decision-making process and more likely to champion technological change. And I think we are seeing that in real life now. Attendance at real estate tech conferences is growing. I'll be attending the Intersect by CRE Tech in New York on October 22nd. This is 4 years ago, by the way, and making my exhibitor debut at Disrupt CRE in Boston on October 29th. How long will it be before there is a unified real estate tech industry association? Well, since then, a couple of them have consolidated, but there's still a couple others out there. But one of these days, mark my words. And number 10, Duke Long is everywhere, is amusing, passionate about real estate tech, and likes his bourbon. Again, all very, very true. So I mentioned in those 10 things I've learned about it, making my exhibitor debut at Disrupt CRE in Boston. And as part of that exhibiting, I had the opportunity to give a pitch, sort of a Shark Tanky type of thing, and wanted to share with you that pitch. My late brother Frank was nice enough to help me hone my pitch and joined me at the conference to lend his support. And the aforementioned Julia, our customer success advocate, is my brother Frank's daughter. So here's the pitch. Are you tired of paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars a month for real estate information? Hi, I'm David Perlmutter, and I've owned and operated an independent commercial real estate brokerage for over 25 years. And I wanted a better, more cost-effective mobile solution for searching, posting, and sharing commercial real estate listings. The result is the Quantum Listing app, which harnesses the power of your smartphone so you can search, post, and share listings from anywhere. You use your existing PDFs or photos as the centerpiece of your listing. Just add a few additional property details, title, location, asset class, and whether it's for sale or lease, and you're done. It's available now for iOS, and it's coming soon for Android. Anyone can download it and search listings for free anywhere in the country. The listings are crowdsourced by owners and agents, which requires a premium membership. So hopefully you now have a good sense of who I am and why I felt compelled to start Quantum Listing. About 8 months or so after we launched the app, we unveiled the first version of the Quantum Listing website. As much as people love their phones for just about everything, they don't necessarily enjoy it as a data entry device. The website also makes your listings available to those who don't have the app and permits us to expand the array of features available to our users, which we've done pretty consistently. We added things like the ability to add private notes to listings, our networks and groups, as well as peer-to-peer and group chat. We want to make it as easy as possible for you to access the information you need and give you options so you can find information in a way that suits your style. As we move forward to the present, I have to say that I really enjoyed going through the almost 400 blog posts that are on the Quantum Listing blog. At first, I wrote all of them, and then my son, Ben, wrote a lot, and now Julia and Andres from the team are becoming regular contributors as well. I am proud of the evolution of our blog. We keep trying new ideas. We've done polls and surveys, featured listings and markets, started the Quantum Lister series that highlights individual members. And if you're a Quantum Listing member and would like to be the subject of a Quantum Lister profile, please let us know. We've done recaps of our Let's Get Smart speaker series. We've summarized webinars where we've had guests talking about the major pain points that are shared by many CRE professionals, including marketing, social media, lead generation, networking, and even workplace bullying. We also like to write about our new features. We'll be conducting a webinar in a couple of weeks on August 7th about our newest features, but I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about them now. Some of them are already live on our site. In May, we added a lead capture service. So for an additional $10 a month, you can pick a town or city for which you'll receive leads generated from our landing page. You can find more information on lead capture in our How It Works section and also in our blog post, A Missed Lead is a Lost Opportunity. We just added an email blast feature, but it is quite different than most on other listing services. I have long resisted sending out individual listing emails through Quantum Listing, even though it is a sure source of revenue. Why? Every day in my brokerage business, I get hundreds of listing emails from all over the country. My brokerage work is focused primarily in the New York suburbs, so a listing in Paducah is not particularly relevant to me. So instead of taking a shotgun approach, we're letting you send your listings to your targeted email list, one that you send via a fast and easy process, which lets you upload an XLS file of the addresses you want to which you want it sent. We're not copying those lists and then using them for our own purposes. We don't need to. You're bringing people to Quantum Listing to see the property you're marketing, and if they like it, and we hope they do, hopefully they'll sign up on their own. You can read more about our email blast feature in the How It Works section and in our recent blog post. Of course, there's always a blog post. The recent blog post, it's a blast. Tip the hat to the Rolling Stones on their 99th worldwide tour. And by the way, this email blast feature is included in that $79.99 a year service. I know that in my brokerage business, I had been using another service, which I think cost me about $75 a month. I will be canceling that when my contract is up. I can tell you that. So on August 7th, we'll be conducting a webinar on our new suite of paid on-demand advertising services. You've always wanted a bespoke suit or pair of shoes, and now you'll be able to afford it with the deals you'll be generating with these a la carte advertising options. With promoted listings, the first of these on-demand services, you'll be able to make sure your listings show up at the top of relevant searches. The next one, brand promotion, will keep your pipeline full by adding your custom ad promoting your company or personal brand at the top of searches in the market or markets you choose. The other on-demand advertising option is really exciting. With just a few clicks, hold on, I have to get back to our screen. Sorry. So with just a few clicks, you'll be able to advertise your listings on our Google Advertising Network. And I've been testing this, and I can tell you that my listings are getting more views than ever before. And it is really simple. I don't know if any of you have ever tried using Google AdWords yourself. It is a complicated and time-consuming process to set up, and we take all of that hard work out of it for you. So I know you're going to like these features because they put you in control of which listings you want to promote and how much you want to spend. On demand, as we all know, is the way of the world now, whether it's through transportation like Uber or Lyft, meal delivery like DoorDash or Uber Eats, or any other myriad options, entertainment, or advertising your listings and your brand, which is new. You'll be ready, willing, and able to kick that one-size-fits-all CRE information service to the curb once you give it a try and make sure for yourself that it works. So I want to thank you so much for your time today. I also want to thank my team members, Andres and Julia, for their help in preparing for today. My tech team at Rexsoft and the SEO team. Also want to thank, as well as the countless people that have helped me on this amazing journey. At the risk of omitting some, I want to say thanks to Linda Day Harrison, Andrew Bermudez, all the folks at the News Funnel and Atypical, especially Sarah Malcolm, Michael Beckerman, Amanda Bowen, Lauren Leal, Sierra. I want to thank Howard Klein from CRE Radio and TV, my original app developer, Lao Hu. I want to thank the team at BuildOut, including Eva, Alan, Sunny, and Vishu, Brendan Hotchkiss over at Levitt Digital, Tim Malazzo at StackSource, Andreas Senni at CRE Collaborative, the aforementioned Duke Long, Travis Barrington and Franco Ferrato at PropMoto, all the wonderful people that I've met at trade shows throughout the years, our recent webinar guests, including George Cruz from Pursuit CRE, Melissa Alexander and Casey Flannery, the impresarios behind CRE Chat Live on Twitter, all of you folks who participate during our webinars, and of course, all of the members of Quantum Listing. I want to send a special shout out to Rick Recchio and his team for all their help testing our new features, and Barry Endelson for his feedback, and as well. I especially want to thank my wife, Sarah, and my kids, Ben, Clara, Billy, and Laura, for the unwavering support you can't take this type of journey without having your family 100% behind you. So thanks, guys. I love you. And apologies to anyone I've unintentionally omitted. This really continues to be a very exciting journey for me, and it's incredibly rewarding to have so many wonderful people in my corner. Uh, every day I feel a little bit like George Bailey at the end of It's a Wonderful Life. So I will stick around for questions. You can unmute yourself or ask your questions in the chat box if you prefer. And while we're waiting, we have some great webinars coming up in the next month, as you can see. They include August 7th, Quantum Listings suite of on-demand advertising options. August 14th, we've got the very entertaining and smart Andrew Bermudez coming back to our webinar to share proven tactics to find tenants for your listings faster. Andrew is the founder and CEO of Digsy, and they have a great lead capture service. Also, August 21st, we have Rebecca Carlson on the whys of marketing. Rebecca is a broker and has a marketing company and is the head of the Northern Illinois Commercial Association of Realtors. And then on August 28th, we've got Kent Fitzpatrick, and he's going to be talking to us about opportunity zones, 1031s, and DSTs, which are Delaware Statutory Trusts. And Kent is a super bright guy and has a lot of good information to share with us on those different types of vehicles, which can be super helpful to your investor clients. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for spending some time with us this afternoon. And we hope to see you again real soon on another one of our webinars or at one of the live and in-person events that we attend. I think the next one I'll be attending is CRE Tech's conference in Brooklyn, and I want to say it's in October. If you want to know what that is, please get in touch with me and I'll be happy to let you know. All right, so thank you and see you next time. So sorry, so we have a button on the website that says schedule a demo. We have a terrific how it works section. It's well organized and very searchable. If you have questions on any particular feature, also on the bottom right of any of our pages, or most of our pages, there's a little circle with a funny looking speech bubble. And that is the intercom button, and you can click that and send us a chat message through that. And of course, you can email either me at david@quantumlisting.com or support@quantumlisting.com. We will be sending announcements and reminders for all of these webinars. Thank you for asking, Joseph. We typically send them out on Tuesdays, although I think we also include them in our Monday blast as well. And then if you have participated in our webinars before, we'll give you a special reminder on Wednesday as well. So thank you again, and hope to see you real soon.